morning. And of course, to come back to Auxilium after many years, and the many is a euphemism. I do not want to give you the accurate count because that's already reflected in the 50 years. And already Sister referred to the fact that the school was founded in 1961. So now you don't have to guess how old I am. But I am not going to tell you. So if you are poor in maths, I will be very happy. And it's a fantastic moment really. And Yuki was telling me that you have to talk a bit about the school. And so there are three things that I remember from those earlier times. One is Shrazista, my friend, is sitting here. Both of us used to study at the airport kindergarten school. And then, at the end of the kindergarten, there was no way of knowing where we could go in terms of moving out of kindergarten. And suddenly our fathers found out that there was a school in, of course, it had to be Gora Bazaar. Yes, the white man's domain. So, in Gora Bazaar, there was a new school coming up, and it was run by the sisters. A school run by the nuns. And our parents were so overwhelmed, so appreciative, saying that the sisters are starting a school. And somehow, in colonial India too, there was a sort of romanticism and great admiration and respect for missionary institutions. That in order to learn discipline, in order to be properly schooled, a missionary school education would really make a lot of difference. And that is what we perceive now in this very, very active, proactive, very enthusiastic group of past pupils who have studied in this school and who have come back here also. If they had not learned anything from the school, they wouldn't have come. If they did not have this sort of networking with the school, they wouldn't come back. If they didn't have somebody like Chunki, who is not just a scintillating sequin, let us say, Chunki, but she's really a brilliant star. And we have been observing how brilliantly she has curated the entire program for months on end, and she does it every time. And so, I feel that what we are today, the seed of it was planted during our formative years in Auxilium Convent. And for me, and especially Nomita and many of the others who are teaching English literature, now as college teachers, I have of course retired. I'm the dinosaur of the group, yes? But all of us who studied English literature, I personally felt I had a tremendous advantage of having studied here. And that was that English literature is also about the Christian religion. And English literature is absolutely chock-a-block with chapels and churches and popes and priests and nuns. I had no problem making those connections. I did not feel alienated from those structures of culture. And therefore, for me, I just wafted into that culture, and I knew very well what Catholics meant, and I was very proud of that. I'm not very sure of the Protestants. Yes, but I was very proud of the Catholics because I belonged to a Catholic institution. I knew the Hail Mary very well. I knew how to do the Rosary. In fact, I still do not know any Indian prayers. Yeah, I mean the ethnic prayers, the Hindu ones, where I'm supposedly I've been born in a Hindu home, but I think I'm more Christian than Hindu because of my nurturing in this particular institution. And I think most of us were also converting to Catholicism at one time. We thought we would convert. We were so taken with the dresses of the sisters, the habits you wear, the veils you wear, and suddenly then it came to a stop because we discovered boyfriends. And so we just couldn't give it up. So otherwise there was a strong pull, and of all the boyfriends, Jesus was the handsomest of them. The only competitor for Jesus was Rabindranath Tagore. Yes. So thankfully both of them were not around. Can you imagine the crisis in every home? So yes, I learned a lot, and in fact the culture that I picked up from Auxilium Convent has been such a wonderful support for me even to this day. And there was, apart from Sister Alice Makil that you referred to, there was a Sister Cleofe from Italy. Sister Cleofe, you know, that was a time when I was becoming a teenager and becoming quite a rebel in every way. So I was absolutely inspired by Marxism and feminism. And what did Sister Cleofe tell you? She said, if you want to meet a feminist, meet the nuns. They are the ones who have given up everything. And they are the ones who have built this school. We did not need a man. Yes? She said, we are the first feminists. And then she said, we are the first communists. Where is our own personal property? The commies keep on talking about everything should belong to everybody. For all or none, but all Brecht. Yes? For all or none. And that is what the sisters are doing. For all or none. And so, these two messages about feminism and Marxism was a tremendous eye-opener for me. And I went back to my dad. I was absolutely schooled in a sort of socialist environment. And so I told my dad that sisters are saying they are feminists and communists. So my dad was deeply impressed and he said, I think this is the best lesson you are picking up. That the sisters have been able to liberate not only our minds, their own minds in terms of inclusiveness, in terms of not creating walls and barriers and borders and barricades. They believed in an inclusive world. And in Auxilium Convent, we always were made conscious all the time, not only about our guardian angels. I remember one sister, I've forgotten maybe Sister Ernestina, who was also an Italian nun who used to sing in the soprano. Yes? So it's impossible for me to imitate that. But Sister Ernestina used to say, whenever you sit down, keep a little space for your guardian angels. Yes. So I would push my own little body to such an extreme that I would almost fall off. Because I wanted the guardian angels to be comfortable. So yes, that was a sort of nurturing in which we grew up. That was the richness of cultures in which we grew up. There were nuns from Italy, there was a Sister Hilda from America, there were so many nuns from Europe, there were nuns from all parts of India, especially South India. And so, you know, you were meeting diversity. And even in terms of students, it was not only the local students. There were Punjabis, there were Marathis, there were South Indian students, there was a Burmese student, there were some Anglo-Indians, there were some British students also, right in the beginning. Absolutely, they white man's to be. So these, all of us, you know, diversity was not difficult. It was an international school already. It was a national school, it was an international school, it was a local school, and therefore we felt at that diversity, what is the easiest way of establishing diversity? So we were eating dosas from somebody's tiffin. We were eating aloo or aloo ka paratha from Harinder's tiffin. We were sharing the tiffin and being introduced to different cultures. When go to somebody's house, have rajma, go and challenge your mother to make it because she doesn't even know what that is. Yes. So all that was such a rich exposure at such an early time that I am deeply grateful to whatever I have learned, and even to this day, at my ripe young age. I'm totally bound to the message of Auxilium, and also the moments in the chapel that I spent sometimes, because Sister used to say, go and ask Jesus, why are you such a bad boy? So, and of course, Sister sometimes said, Sanjukta, I can see the devil in your eyes. The devil also was a constant presence. Yes. So I knew about Paradise Lost, I knew about Paradise Games, and so, of course, it was a tremendous moment to even sing Our Father, which I did. And even now, if there is a crisis, I do say 10 Hail Marys and
Yes, I do.
And so it really has enriched me for the school. The nuns, the smiling sisters who trusted me, I know that they are much more sisterly than maybe when we think in terms of global sisterhood. I think all that happens within Auxilium. Now, if there is time, I would like to read a few poems. I know I'm going on for long. Please raise your hand if you want me to stop. Otherwise, I will continue for the next 5 minutes.
Continue. Yes.
All right. Some of you may know that I write poetry, and it is cathartic. I think there are moments when I want to express myself, I cannot find the words in other poems, so I thought that I should write some poems of mine. And because this is a girls' school, I will begin with 2 gender-based poems, and then they are not very long, and I think they are not good, because I do not like any more. Yes? So I will just read out those and share with you, and you tell me whether I should write poetry at all or not. Yes? That is, you play the role of critics, all right? And you must come and tell me, all right? So the first one that I want to share with you is a poem which I wish I didn't have to write. It's from my latest book. It's called my latest book of poems, which has just come out. It's called Indomitable Draupadi. And in Indomitable Draupadi, the first poem is called Again. So, again. So this is how it goes. Again. When did it begin? When Draupadi was disrobed? When Sita buried herself alive? When thousands of satis were burnt alive on their dead husbands' funeral pyres? When 12,000 honorable women, led by their honorable queen, dived into the raging flames to save their honor and purity? When even some time ago, an 18-year-old pure woman was tied to blazing funeral pyre of her dead husband, sati, self-immolation, all the accused were acquitted. Park Street, Kamduni, Hyderabad, Hathras, Unnao, Katwa, Panchkali, Suzette Jordan, Nirbhaya, Bilkis Banu, rape and gang rape of female bodies, no caste, religion or class exempt, but timeless, unabashed national sport.